Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and respected sisters, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Grounded Upbringing course. We congratulate you for valuing learning and personal growth in the field of Islamic Tarbiyah. In this course, we'll be sharing valuable techniques and strategies to help you develop a more thoughtful, effective, and spiritually grounded approach to raising your child. The sessions in this course are intentionally kept short for the sake of simplicity and focus. However, it's essential that you stay fully attentive, watch the videos as many times as needed, take notes when necessary, and don't hesitate to ask your questions in the Q&A section on our website. Before we dive into the content of this course, we need to take a step back and ask, what does tarbiyah mean to you? It's important that we are all on the same page if we want to move forward together. We need to have a clear understanding of what we are aiming for in this journey. What characteristics, what traits, what behavior, what kind of personality in a kid make you say, this child has been well raised? This is a crucial question, and it's important to reflect on it deeply before we move forward. I like to share with you some of the most common perceptions of tarbiyah among Muslims. In fact, some of you who enrolled in this course, and unfortunately some of our educators of tarbiyah, may be seeking one of the following outcomes. The first one is obedience. Some parents believe that if a child is obedient, listens without talking back, and doesn't push buttons, then that child is well raised. Many people would be proud of raising children who are quiet and always say, yes, do that, yes mom, do that, yes dad. Is this what we are aiming for? Think about it. The second one is good manners. Some others believe that a child with good manners is well raised. They want their child to respect elders, speak kindly, and avoid rude or inappropriate language. But if a child is quiet, now, does that mean the job of parenting is done? We need to think about these questions. The third one is high academic performance. The biggest concern of other parents are education, intelligence, and the performance of their children in school. Of course, your child's IQ and EQ is important. Of course, their creativity is important. Of course, what they study in university is so important. But is that all? Are we done? Then the fourth one is religious behaviors. There are another group of parents looking for outward religious behaviors. They would come to us and say, please teach me methods and strategies so I can raise a child who memorizes the Quran, who prays, who wears proper hijab. If their child is like that, they feel that they succeeded as parents. But the question arises again. Is our goal simply to check off those visible religious behaviors? And the last but not the least is fixing the current challenges. Some parents, they don't care about tarbiyah at all. But when they face challenge, when their kids get stubborn, when their kids get aggressive because they didn't have any idea of how to raise kids properly, then they join some classes to fix their current problem with the kid. These guys are amazing. But again, this isn't all we are looking for. All of the outcomes we have talked about are absolutely good and necessary, but the true tarbiyah is way more than those. Those are all short-term goals. Islamic Tarbiyah has a long-term goal. Everything we do as parents, as mentors, as caregivers, it should all be focused on helping our children reach that long-term goal. Our goal is to raise human beings who, when they grow up, when they reach the age of maturity, when they enter the teenage years, when they step into adulthood, they know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and become His true servants. They understand divine values, and their ultimate aim in life is to draw closer to Him. We want to raise children who will grow into people strong enough to stand firm in their faith. When the tests come, when the world pulls them in different directions, when the trials of life challenge everything they believe, that's the kind of tarbiyah we are after. We want our children to consider Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every decision they make. When they want to get married, when they want to get a job, when they want to make friends, they would have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their mind, thinking about Him, trying to please Him instead of others. In short, we want to raise our kids to be servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this course, our goal is to help you work toward that long-term vision of tarbiyah. But to achieve this long-term goal, there is big challenge that we will talk about it in the next session, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.